Hello, this is Bandit, and welcome back to the Variety Cup. Today, we are going to be going through both semi-final games. So, unless something really dramatic happens, such as a crash or some really long games, the intention is to marathon through it to the two semi-finals, leaving just two sets left. The set for third place, which will take place on Tuesday, and then the grand final, which will happen next Friday. So it gives the scripters just one last chance to update their scripts for the upcoming best of 7. We're going to be seeing Illuminati face the Definitive Edition AI, which I think is going to be an absolute corker of a game. And then we're going to see Naga versus GamesGod. We're going to see Naga, the boomer, calm, powerful AI against GamesGod, which is utter chaos and seems to be the unkillable, going back to its set with Silvertongue. In the last couple of streams, we said goodbye to a few more scripts. So we had our quarterfinals. We saw Illuminati knock out the Conqueror, Definitive AI knock out Soldier, Naga knock out Brightspark, and GamesGod in an amazing 5-set match. Hold it to knock out Silvertongue 3-2. So, to get started, what we're going to do is have a look at the drafts between Illuminati and the Definitive Edition AI. So, let's pan on over to their draft. So, to begin with, looking at bands, Aleph Band Team Islands, whereas Definitive Edition AI, rolling random for a lot of this, rolled Land Nomad for its initial ban. Then the map Fortified Clearing was rolled as the Game 5 map. So if this goes to a decider, it'll be Fortified Clearing, and the team size was rolled at random, and 4v4 was what was rolled. So Game 5, if we get to it, will be a 4v4 on Fortified Clearing, which I don't know which AI that favours. Both are really good on big team games. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that if it gets to a 5th game. Then the remaining 6 maps got split between the two. So Aleph for Illuminati had Baltic, Yucatan, and Arabia. Decided on Baltic and Yucatan. Meanwhile, Definitive Edition AI had Michi, Rivers, and can I remember the map from it? Got it in my notes here. Arena. So Arena was what that was. So Aleph didn't choose Arabia. Definitive Edition AI didn't roll Arena. So Michi was picked as first choice by Definitive Edition, followed by Rivers. And Aleph picked Baltic, then Yucatan. In terms of team sizes, as you can see, Aleph chose a 1v1 for Michi and a 4v4 for Rivers, whereas Definitive Edition AI had rolled 2v2 for Baltic and a 3v3 for Yucatan. So if this isn't a 3-0, we'll see all 4 team sizes played in this set. So it's a good mix. We don't know yet which of these will happen first. So we're going to have to roll to see which AI ends up having their map selected first. So I'm just going to switch over to our wheel. This is in a moment. That should take up our wheel. There we go. So if we roll Illuminati, then our first map is going to be Baltic. If we roll Definitive Edition AI, our first map will be Michi 1v1. So let's see. It's close, but it's Definitive Edition AI that's rolled. So our first map is going to be Michi 1v1. While we're here, I have a map selected already by Aleph, but I don't have a map rolled yet for Definitive Edition AI. So we should go ahead and do that. Let's shuffle a couple of times, mix up the order, and roll. We've got Teutons for our first civ for Michi. Okay, let's set up the game, shall we? That should be displaying for you. Good evening, Wattle. Starting off with a bang, 1v1. We got Teutons. I don't know how I feel about Teutons for Michi. I mean, extra conversion resistance maybe against Illuminati isn't good. Aleph chose Spanish for his civ pick for Michi. And Illuminati here playing as player 2, as Aleph requested warm colours when his AI plays. So popped him in the player 2 slot there. And Michi, here we go. 2 players. That is all looking good. So I think we go. A little bit of a pause from the Definitive Edition AI, but it's loaded up. We'll also get Capture Age open here. Excellent. And I'm just going to edit the team names for a moment. We should have a new overlay for you this time. It'll do there, just covering up the map. Cool. So Siege Onager with Ironclad. Yeah, I suppose so actually. I hadn't really thought of that. Of course, classically, it has come up with the little dots here for now because it's a 1v1, but those will disappear and glitch out afterwards. We'll also see if these AIs have built-in 1v1 trade. Spanish Illuminati unbeatable on, well, if we're hunting a ball like this for Definitive Edition AI, then I agree. Then that is a problem. But I was going to say, be interested to see if Definitive Edition AI's trade works on this, because last time we had trade carts just gathering around the corner, so it could be disastrous regardless. Extreme AI, folks. Even DEAI has its bad days. Got a bit of grass on the outside here. Capture Age visual bug. Illuminati pushing in deer. Trade was still bugged. Okay. So actually, 1v1 works out pretty well. So I'm guessing that's probably a reason you may have chose it. So nice strategic picking there. Can we forward this a little bit? Yeah, speeds up a little. So Illuminati looking fairly dominant on its way to the semi-finals. Hasn't dropped a game yet. Potentially a close game with the Conqueror, with it being 4v1 at one point, but was able to hold off. So no losses yet. Whereas Definitive Edition AI has... We're doing the 12:01 run. Let's see. Definitive Edition AI, however, survived the group of death, actually came out on top, having beaten both Naga and the Supervillain 2-1. So arguably had a harder time getting further on, and then 3-0'd Soldier in the quarterfinals. Soldier's aggressive style not quite able to get the damage done against Definitive Edition AI. We're missing a couple of sheep here as well. Again, this is Michi. We've got time. So as long as they keep producing villagers, it shouldn't impact things too much. I don't think we're going to have any particularly fast cut from either of these until Imperial Age at least. So no Khmer cutting. I was going to ask Aleph while you're here. So we've got the tournament table, which tracks points so far. That's been one. I think SC's got one as well. I wasn't sure with the seeding for this one. I went with random seed in the end. I feel like that was a bit of a mistake looking back. But I wasn't sure because they're quite different maps, whether the wins and the kind of tournament standings for this give people points towards the overall tournament seedings going forward for for non-multi-map tournaments. I would imagine they would. And okay, so it would count. Nice. We've got first Castle Age coming in from Illuminati. Two Sons will have cheaper farms, so and is pushing in the deer as well now. So potentially we'll get its buildings up fairly quickly, and actually Castle Age not too far behind either. I found it interesting going through the tournament stats, looking at actually which AIs perform better in different team sizes. I think actually on record, Bright Sparks obviously done better in 1v1 than in team games, but it actually does better in 3v3s than 2v2s from previous results. So that was kind of a good thing to look into. It should be 1080. Let me check. Thank you for the heads up there, Wattle. No, I've not changed anything from the capture age point of view, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Might be able to take a break between some of the games and I can find out for you if there's anything. I don't really want to tweak too many things while on stream. Could be capture age settings. I'm not really sure what that would be. Again, I've not changed anything. Oh, it has anti-alias, I see. I'll look between the games. But no, in OBS has been set for 1080 for me. So I think after the first stream where it didn't, where I was on 720 by default, I then tried to get it changed, and it seemed to have improved from there. So I've not reverted it back. We've got 3 TCs from both. We're booming away now. Illuminati a little ahead, getting those TCs down first. Res collected, pretty even. A bit more idle TC time for Illuminati, but I think that's from the multiple TCs. I don't think that's from the start. Multiple markets from Definitive Edition AI. We're going to start trade early, it seems. I will pause after this game, Wattle. So we're not doing a whole set like that. And see if I can rejig OBS. We have got trade for Definitive Edition AI. We'll see if it works. Aleph was saying that it was still bugged the last time he checked. This guy's wandering around. I think it has been scouted. Okay, so it looks like it's bugged in a slightly different way. Before, it was gathering over here and getting stuck, whereas now it seems to be standing on the spot. Oh. Yeah, very strange. It seems different to last time. So actually, Definitive Edition AI losing a load of resources for no reason here. Invested into trade. Meanwhile, we got eco upgrades coming from Spanish. We also missed a boar over here. So a little slower. I like the lumber camps being off center. Normally the cut happens right through the middle. So having lumber camps over here isn't too bad. Less likely to get hit by a mangonel. Get rid of some of these spammers in the chat. Four TCs, one right on the wood line for Illuminati. More trade. Casual patrolling there. Nice market placement here from Illuminati. The pathway isn't quite straightforward, but the placement's in the corner particularly good. And we've got Imperial Age for Illuminati. Trade coming in as well. So we've got a market here from the Fast Castle earlier, so trade being produced from that. And we can see here, while the eco numbers are roughly the same, 12 of those are trade, which is not being used. So Illuminati very much in the lead in terms of res collected and is scaling up here, as you can see. We've got Imperial Age also for Definitive Edition AI. We got Siege Workshop being made for the Spanish. This ball has also been spotted properly now. Deciding not to go for this stone at the moment. Who's done well with Michi? Illuminati's been solid, I'd say. I think besides Illuminati, I definitely recommend watching the Definitive Edition AI and Naga both play on Michi because it was one of those weird games where both had a lot of potential and kept tripping over themselves. And despite the odds, Definitive Edition AI wins that one. But I'd say Illuminati's pretty dominant on Michi at the moment. Like, there's been other maps where you might think, you know, if another AI was playing with these team settings, maybe they would win that game. But I've not seen that on Michi, at least. At least get the stomp out the way, shall we, Aleph? Get some confidence up. Get a 1-0 lead. Cavalier for the 2 tons, which is exactly what you don't want to be going for when your opponent's going monks, but of course he doesn't know that yet. Maybe expect it from the Spanish player. Supremacy. So stronger villagers. And the cut begins. Already higher military for Illuminati. We've got missionaries coming in as well as monks, and we've got light cav to back them up. And the monk upgrades are coming in, hopefully just in time for this cut to be completed. I do want to see, did Theocracy come in? I think I saw it. Yeah, Theocracy's in. So I was going to say, without it, there might be a chance that the Cavalier are able to, you know, one of them gets converted and the rest come in and pile on the monks, but we should see multiple conversions when this happens. And Aleph's telling the truth there, actually. I think in the previous sets, Michi has been the shortest game in Illuminati sets. We're cutting at under 30 minutes. Paladin coming in for the 2 tons. If this was not against Illuminati, this would be quite scary. Paladin before the cut. More trade coming in for Illuminati, and you can see the trade is working just fine for him. So extra gold coming in, res collected. Surprisingly, I was expecting that to be more. Conversions were going to begin. We'll zoom in a little bit here. So we can see 1 conversion, 2, 3, 4. And we've also got the honor just changing target. So little cuts come through, but they're also targeting the rams. Definitive Edition AI defending against those Cavaliers with rams, and most of those Cavaliers now belong to Illuminati, and it is 60 military to 15. This is very much becoming a stomp. I love the fact that Illuminati has researched Cavalier because it's converted Nightline units and so thinks it has knights. So it's researching the tech there. I don't know if there's actually a good way of doing that without using local searches, because it will always, Nightline will pick up converted units. Halberdier coming in as well. Wow, he was only Spearman a moment ago. That was those were fast upgrades. And we've got so much idle eco already before the villagers even garrison from the trade, and it is 72 to 4. I think you can't detect converted units using traditional count methods, but you can I'm sure there's a way through object data that you can check the unit's original player. Or like there's a trick to it at least. But as you can see, this is going to be over very soon. I'm actually going to speed this up. Let's get this set out of the way. One v one Michi. Illuminati taking a clear lead there. Looking pretty unstoppable on this map. Uh, 21 Cavalier, not originally belonging to Illuminati. Let's look at some stats. Clear military lead. The conversions are crazy there. Really nice window you had to be able to do that kind of just before the final cut. Yeah, it was the game volume has changed. I can turn that down for next time. But yeah, capture age volume should be lower. Resources gathered was closer than I was expecting, actually. I'm not quite sure what explains the difference there. Maybe the cheaper farms, so more farms are being placed sooner for Teutons. But yeah, despite the fact that Teutons were going into many trade carts that weren't being used when Illuminati was trading, I'm surprised to see such a little difference here. And actually, not much relic gold is quite a short game in the grand scheme of things. So, and yeah, oh, accidental trade. Interesting. So yeah, apparently 160 gold did get traded. So maybe I didn't see it, but maybe the Teutons did eventually figure it out. And yeah, solid up times for both, given the strategies they were going for. But really fast cuts for Illuminati, smooth build, and the monks and missionaries did great work there. So, Definitive Edition AI loses its game. So the next map that we're going to play on is Rivers. But before that, I just want to address the kind of visual quality issue. What you were saying is potentially the OBS side. I can go back to my settings and double check. Is it coming out as 1080p? Just looking at the picture you sent in the Discord. Hello, Pommy. The text part I did add separately, and I faffed around a fair bit to get the sharpness of that done, but I didn't change anything else in OBS. Let's pan back to you so I can actually see the chat. Let's see. Just going into OBS settings. Yeah, 1080. Okay, out of interest. Let's close this. Out of interest, does this... Let's go back to the map. If I do this, does this change anything? Does that look sharper to you now that I've changed? Or is it exactly the same? So I saved my original scene. If anything that I changed did break it, then I could revert back. It's not sharper. Okay, so it is capture age, it seems then. Graphics, anti-aliasing. You mentioned something about that in there. It's not enabled. I could enable it. Don't know if that's going to help. I think that's made it blurrier. That looked blurrier to me at least. Yeah, I'm not sure. Adjusting the filtering. As in just removing them, I guess. I can switch it again for comparison, no problem. But kind of with Aleph here, I don't want to spend too much on it. There we go. That was the original game. Weird. Must be something in OBS then. That is a shame. Okay, so let's get going with the next round. I might do between sets. I might just do a restart of the PC just to see if that helps with anything. So let's go to the game view and pick our second map settings. And go ahead and change that. So we have Definitive Edition Lost, so we're going to play Definitive Edition second map, which was Rivers, which has been selected as a 4v4. So, Rivers, 8-player, large map. That's all looking good. Illuminati being warmer colours. We'll get Illuminati's picks in first, and then I'll roll for Definitive Edition AIs. So, looking back at Aleph's picks, we have first pick, Bohemians. Bengalis. Inca. And Lithuanians. Good mix going on there. We've seen some scary eagle play from Illuminati with these big team games. Let's find out what Definitive Edition AI is going to play off this. We can do that by Turning off our game view. We should be back to our wheel. Civ 1. Is the Khmer. Followed by in pocket Saracens. Burmese. Good to know, Wattle. Maybe I can try the 4K update at some point. And we have Franks there for the final flank. So just double checking there. Khmer, Saracens, Burmese flanks. And I believe that's everything. Thanks, Leaf. Wattle, if you do have any suggestions after the stream, I know we're coming up to the finals, so probably is a bit late advice, but always happy to hear it if there's anything I can be changing. Let's get Capture Age up and running. And actually need to swap Illuminati around on here. Because they switched sides. There we go. Thank you, Leaf. That'd be great. Okay, so let's start with our Illuminatis here. I'm also going to change our DEI's name here, just as the team members' names, because it will annoy me otherwise. There we go. We're pushing in deer. We're looking for any missed boar sheep, really. We can see a couple here. So rivers tend to be a bit trickier for scouting. If you're going towards solid points, it's quite easy to miss them, because if a solid point you're going towards it hits the water, then your scout will just stand there. So you end up missing out on some herdables. Loads of deer to push though, so Illuminati should have a good time with that. We had a deer push by the mill and then a gathering here, so that's not too bad actually. Boars being found. I think Purple has found everything that he needs to find. Then if the line of sight is a bit better for the Eagle Warrior, or Eagle Scout. Orange, missing a couple here, but they'll be gathered once people start gathering from berries. It's not too bad at all. A boar has been found there, so hopefully that will be shown as well. So not too bad there. Missing a couple of sheep, but that's all. I would imagine Definitive Edition AI is in exactly the same spot. Ooh. Now, I think you can sail over this. I don't think this is quite the disaster it looks like. We'll find out shortly. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's navigable. I was gonna say it should have a basic check to see check the volume of water. So I'd be surprised if it built in a pool there. Boar coming in, so it has found its boar. No missing sheep. Looking good. Line of berries here. Fishing ships already coming in for Definitive Edition AI. No docks from Illuminati as far as I can see. So Illuminati sticking to land. So we might expect a bit of a slower feudal age time for Definitive Edition AI, but it should have a stronger eco going into Castle Age with undisturbed fishing ships. Very nice. Illuminati finding all of its goats, it seems. And same over here, I think. Sorry, Definitive Edition AI finding all of its goats. Illuminati missing some. Okay, Definitive Edition AI is about to catch up with Feudal Ages. It's getting its last couple of villages, whereas the Illuminati flanks have already clicked up. I'm expecting to see towers from Illuminati here on the flank. That's normally the go-to, unless anything has changed since the last update about that, but it seems to be working well for them at the moment. And we should see, yep, that is indeed navigable. Going for shorefish, but so ideally you want to be going for deep sea fish there, but it's better than nothing. That's kind of I find that a satisfying mining camp. Maybe a bit further down to get all three. A nice low mining camp there. Yeah, and there we go. We've got a tower on the berries there. Also close enough within the TC as well. Really nice. We'll probably see the same here as well. Oh, this one even touches the water, which is good. Market coming down as well. We've also got the other two Illuminatis have clicked up and reached Feudal Age. Green has reached Feudal Age 2. And the others are about to hit Feudal Age as well. Definitive Edition AI seems well ahead on eco at the moment because of the fishing ships. But Illuminati should be faster to Castle Age, or at least more Illuminatis will be faster to Castle Age. The pockets are ready to go pretty much. As is Green. I think Green's just waiting on his final building. There it is. Yellow is the first one up. I don't believe there's any towers for the pocket here. No, it's just gone straight. Should see purple as well soon once this is built. Yellow would have got a couple more vills as well, I believe, because of the Bengali bonus. A couple of vills per town centre. And we're seeing everybody going towards Castle Age. The Illuminati flanks, as expected, are maybe a little bit slower because of the towers, but they will get there. And they've at least got something as a bit of a buffer in case anything attacks from Definitive Edition AI early. I'm going to have a look at Definitive Edition AI. It's a bit more varied in what it might go for. We've got stable here from the Franks. So expecting knights. Burmese, I don't see a military building yet. Lots of resources gathered here. So potentially monks over here. and loads of Castle Age going up at the same time here. TCs. We're booming over here. Do you even have a barracks? Don't think the Saracens even have a barracks yet. So not intending on making any military, whereas we've got knights being produced here by the Khmer. Meanwhile, we should see Illuminati pockets. They've also gone for TC. We've already got a couple of monasteries being built, and monks are on the way. It's going to be an initial race for the relics. We do see Eagle Warriors for purple. Nice that they're able to produce while going up to Castle Age. And we have 3 barracks. Nice production there. And again, we should see, for the Lithuanians, I would imagine a monastery. You want to get the relics. So we'll see that once it hits castle. VTCs over here. One right next to the water, but gets seized here. Oh, that's a bit cheeky. Yeah, decent TC placements here, very nice. Don't see... Let's see a monastery. Not loads in terms of production here for Illuminati either. Potentially a bit of danger here if the knights come in early. What's a barracks? I mean, as Khmer, you're all right with that, aren't you? But unless, like Illuminati, you're going monks. That's a problem. So we're seeing the 2 pockets, the 2 flanks here going for knights. These knights are already going for the tower, so the tower's doing their job. They're delaying these knights. We might see the same over here as well. They're going to go straight for the tower, prioritizing the tower over the villagers, surprisingly. 1 conversion happened already. We've also got yellow here to reinforce. Tower's doing a great job. We saw it work for GamesGod. Working here for Illuminati too. And the monks survive, untouched. Some dancing knights. A couple more conversions, and this is going to get batted back. Illuminati's already got the military lead. We've got 2 of the 3 barracks being used to produce Eagle Warriors, and yellow is producing armoured elephants ready to go in for siege. The attack here also got deflected. It looks like a couple of spearmen came in, along with some conversions. But a counter-attack is now coming from Illuminati, so pressure is now on grey. Behind all of this, cyan and green are booming. Only producing from 2 of their 3 TCs, 4th TC going up for green. So not quite having the food that they need yet, and more conversions happening for yellow. Nearly triple the military for Illuminati. And Eagle Scouts still, is that? Yeah, unupgraded Eagles at the moment. They're getting the armor upgrade, which will also benefit the spears. So purple potentially defending here a little prematurely. I think yellow, orange has this under control, and there's a stream of yellow coming in here. We've got armored elephants, and a mix of monks, villagers, and scouts. Okay, so not quite a full army yet. But grey doesn't have much here to defend this. So I don't think grey dies immediately here, but it will be really slowed down. Green is able to produce from its 4 TCs now. Seeing that happen. We're switching into light cavalry here for blue. Fighting off that Eagle Scout with villagers while it still can. And yeah, the scouts here picking off a couple of monks. And actually I'd say this side is leveling out a little bit. I think once a light cav upgrade comes in as well, that will help. It won't help though if the towers keep attacking these vills, if they keep going over to that fish. Grey's in big trouble. Siege on the TC here. We've also got purple and red that have come out to give grey a bit of a visit, and we've got green and cyan that have clicked Imperial Age. So the booming behind this only puts them a little bit further ahead than the Illuminati pockets, so it's not been a massive advantage yet, but what will they do with that Imperial Age? Grey's down to 40 bills. It can rebuild from this, but it needs help from its allies. Help that it's not getting yet, and we've also got siege coming around here for blue. The light cav will help with this if they actually focus down the units and don't run away. Some weird targeting going on here. Ram going down just before the vills get ejected there. But purple doing a reversal here. A bit of defense from purple vills, but I don't think that's going to be enough. That TC should go down. Is it going to get targeted? Some strange targeting happening here from Illuminati. Some weird TSA, I guess, coming from here for the Rams. But it does go down. Blue seems to be doing a bit more in terms of producing units to defend this, whereas there's multiple Illuminatis here in Grey's base, and Grey down to 31, so not losing its vills terribly fast, but they're not producing. They're garrisoned up. Leaf was saying that monks can still convert buildings that shouldn't be converted. Normally it needs human intervention. It seems for it to happen in his tests. It'll be interesting to see if any of these buildings do get converted while there's little resistance here. And we have Imperial Age for yellow coming up as well. A load of them going into pikes to defend against the light cav that's been coming in, and the light cav from blue got battered. These pikes came in at just the right time, and so blue is in trouble too. Two castles coming up for green at the same time. So it looks like green has got quite a lot of resources. Blue building a TC right underneath that castle. Very smart. Do like the placement of that. 4 TCs for cyan as well. Again, continuing to boom. 2 castles being placed at the same time for cyan. And red's making its way into cyan's base. Looks like they've gotten a bit bored of attacking grey. And what I'm going to do is, in the game view here, just in case, be careful, the noise will spike up a little bit here. But I will change it back. I'm just changing the player character to player 2, so if blue does resign, we can still affect the speed of the game. I suppose Illuminati is DUCing all of its targets, whereas the bugger seems to impact non-DUC targeting with monks, because it was the king that was able to convert a castle. So he must have been using attack now or TSA. More Imperial Ages being researched by Illuminati. And Cyan only just going into Elite Rambai and Light Cavalry. So we can see here the Saracens going into pikes and also a navy. So maybe doing a bit more with their Imperial Age, but I think a little too late. 153 military here for Illuminati. A load of those are pikes and monks. We are going to see Elite Mamelukes. So it looks like Definitive Edition AI has prioritized upgrades before sending loads of units out. But we'll see what defense they can do here. Being attacked on both sides, I like the symmetry of the attack here. Green not able to pile on pressure towards Cyan because it's being attacked itself. The timing's really nice on both sides. And this is looking, again, pretty dominant for Illuminati. Even with these 2 fully boomed Definitive Edition AIs, I don't see how they fight this back. Particularly with Theocracy coming in for Illuminati. It's going to be able to convert more units at a time. Help coming in, Elite Eagle Warrior, and block printing. This just makes it more of an uphill battle. Red building castles in Grey's face. Should hit the navy here as well. Gets cancelled. Built it in the middle of the map instead, securing more resources. We do have galleons, so it looks like a bit of a split priority happening with green. But it's just massively outnumbered. 10 pikes against all of this. Seems to be focusing on Hussar now. 16 of them at the moment, plus the navy. Looks like they're trying to force a castle up there as well, but I don't think that castle does go up. Pikes doing great work there, stopping those villagers building, and that castle does go down. And look, the whole map. Look at the dominance here. Illuminati just covering the map. And this looks like it will be a second loss for Definitive Edition AI, and suddenly we're on Illuminati's maps. And Definitive Edition AI has to win all of them now to stay in the game. Wild. Cyan has very little. We've got buildings being converted here as well. Some elite Arambai. Just constant upgrades coming through as well. The stream of them. Yellow and red buildings here. Most of this base now belongs to red and yellow. Also military going down for green. Trade gain attacked. Still 106 villagers, but they are getting raided by Elite Eagle Warriors, so they won't last long. Well, it looks like Illuminati has shown the best way to win rivers is to ignore the rivers. Just focus on land. And at this point, I'm going to speed it up. Again, it'll be a little peak in sound for a moment. But this is Illuminati's game. Wild to see an AI just take on Definitive Edition AI 4v4 and just make it look like a breeze. That's really hard to do. We saw from the fights with Definitive Edition AI and Naga just how long those games took, how much of a slog it was, and the timings just seem to work out here. Great defense from the pockets from Illuminati, great timings to not overcommit, put enough pressure on the flanks, and then still be able to outboom Definitive Edition AI in the pockets. Very nice. And only a fishing ship remains, and so that's the game. But it's okay, Definitive Edition AI has an excuse. If the ball hadn't slew the villager, it would have won. So maybe next time it will win that one. Let's look at some stats. Wow, the state of the map here is crazy. I mean, yeah, it's a downward slope for DE, pretty much from start to finish. It tried to attack with knights on both flanks, which were directly countered by monks. Only took a couple of monks to convert enough knights to be able to back that back. And then at that point, Illuminati was on the offensive. The flanks were taken out of play. The pockets boomed, but it was a 4v2, so the booming didn't matter. Yeah, solid army. Most of it is converted. Resources collected. I was going to say it should be more in favour of the booming pockets for Definitive Edition AI, and we are seeing some of that. but they were spending those resources on more eco. So Illuminati was able to catch up. Yeah, pretty smooth build up there of eco. And that's all without fishing ships. Now pretty even builds from all of them. Very nice. So with that in mind, we have Definitive Edition AI is lost on both of its own maps, which means we now move over to Illuminati's least favorite map, which is Yucatan. That is going to be a 3v3. Also, Aleph, because of the way you keep spelling Yucatan, it's got to the point now where my phone tries to autocorrect me when I write Yucatan in the drafts now. It tries to spell it with a K, so thanks for that. So let's switch out to the game view and get Illuminati's civs up and running. Congratulations. I'll amend the score shortly as well. This one is a 3v3, so we want 6 players. Yeah, I'll change the scores in a moment because they may switch sides again, because that tends to be what Capture Age likes to do. So 3v3 Yucatan for Illuminati. We're starting with Japanese, followed by Maya or Maya, I guess. Burmese. Japanese, Maya, Burmese. Let's now check what Definitive Edition AI is going to roll for its 3 civs. Mongols, okay. I think that's a good civ to have on Yucatan. Persians as pocket, very nice. Don't know how I feel about that against monks, but generally a good civ. And Jurchens. Be interesting to see what it does with that. But all of that food won't go to waste. So I would say decent civs to have on that. Yeah, Persian. I mean, you've got Savar and you've got elephants. Neither of those are good against monks. Let's switch to the game there. Like I say, yeah, Mongols and Jurchens are great picks, or great rolls, I should say. So, Mongols, Persians, and Jurchens. Good to see some of the new civs getting decent picks, actually. Jurchens have come up a couple of times in this. We need to change the map. We're still on rivers. There we go. Now the question is, do they switch sides again? Or can I just change the score? No, of course, they switch sides again. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Let's go ahead and change that to D, so we can change these player names here. That's fine there. And So, definitive Illuminati spelling mistake there. Let's correct that. Definitive Edition AI needs to win this. Otherwise, it's another 3-0 for Illuminati. And Illuminati goes in towards the final undefeated. I'm sure Alf would be pleased with that if that were to be the case. That would mean Aleph would go into the next stage with a couple of advantages, really. First of all, it would be that if GamesGod were to win against Naga, he's beaten GamesGod before 3-0, or he faces against Naga, who lost against Definitive Edition AI 2-1. So either way would be a nice, comfortable situation. We've got a load of food on this map. There's no excuse for these AIs not to find the food that they need to age up. Some weird pushing going on here. Geese have been missed, but they will be found eventually, I'm sure. Again, ton of boar here. We've got a barracks already being made for the Jurchens. 13 builds. Let's keep an eye on this side as well. Is this the same here? Okay, so Definitive Edition AI looks like they're going to be aggressive with both the Mongols and the Jurchens. I'm expecting feudal age towers, save for castle for Illuminati, as we saw in the last game. That castle age should be quicker for these flanks, so because of the amount of food. We got men at arms for both flanks for Definitive Edition AI, so we're going to see an attempted drush. Some flashing here. Oh, it's the ball. That's fine. These militia are being garrisoned, so they stay together. And they're moving out. No, they're just patrolling in a random direction. No, they are moving out. Okay. Are we seeing the same here for Cyan? Not quite. Okay, now they're being released. Some early aggression here might knock Illuminati off its build. We'll see. Don't think we've seen anyone attempt to drush against Illuminati yet. Generally, if the military's been made... Oh, and the geese get stolen. Generally, if any military's made early game against Illuminati, it's not been sent out to Illuminati until too late. So this is the first time we're actually seeing enemies in the base under the TC. Are they going to find those vills? I think they will. It's a very awkward patrol, but they do, and they go back. Fruitless. A quick garrison would have killed those militia, so they are lucky to be alive. And actually, military goes out, but wasted time. They've been used almost to scout the base. Maybe they were checking to see if the villagers had loot. But they'll be going to feudal age. They'll be hitting... Blue will be hitting feudal age at the same time as red, which is what you want. Okay, they're attacking the house. Yucatan is a beautiful map for Mongols. Oh, they might find this wood line. The villagers will fight this off. I don't know what Illuminati's settings are for villager defense. We're about to find out. They do fight back. Yeah, Illuminati's fine. But those militia aren't. Tower's going up. Great spot for that tower too. One villager will go down. Oh no, retargeted. Wow. The timing of that. Come on. She lives on 1 HP. Outstanding. Well, Mongols had the bonus. They could have got up sooner, and they've not done anything with their advantage really yet. Yellow Illuminati about to click up. Purple Illuminati almost ready there as well. It's actually green that clicks up first. Persians faster TC. So they will hit Castle Age first. But I don't know if they mass enough knights to attack before a decent number of monks come to defend. How many towers? 3, with a 4th tower being built. Yeah, I thought Illuminati only built 3 towers. Maybe it's based on perceived threat level. Did the Mongols hunt all of the bulls? Not all the deer, but I don't see any bulls. So it looks like it has. So it hasn't really done much with that food. Also check for cyan here. Again, deer hasn't, I think because they sent the scout forward as part of the attack, hasn't been pushing the deer. Illuminati still pulling boar in. Okay, so we've had militia, we're now going skirms and archers with the Mongols. With that food, it probably should be in a position where it could have clicked up already. So again, the investment in the militia there, not maybe the best decision it could have made. 3 balls next to red. I guess red is following a build, right? So unless it changes its hunt distance, perhaps, after a certain bit. I would imagine these will get hunted eventually. We got 2 definitive edition AIs in Castle Age. Mongols will follow shortly. And we got Steppe Lancers for the Jurchens. I like Steppe Lancers as a move here. They need to attack soon, though. This scout's causing a bit of idle time. Potentially will get killed by the tower. But yeah, we've got 3 monasteries being built. None of them producing monks just yet. We've got 3 Steppe Lancers on the field. None of them moving forward. They're waiting at the base. So the damage they could be doing is being held off. Knights are moving towards the red flank, though. Red still not at Castle Age. And so with the units here, actually, this is good timing for Definitive Edition AI. Remember that Definitive Edition AI needs this win to stay in the game. Otherwise, Illuminati straight through to the final, undefeated. The towers, though, buying time again. This will slow down Red's eco. We've got 4 villagers in that tower. We've got a few more in here as well. 5 villagers over here. So that's 9 being kind of used inefficiently. But Illuminati is keeping its villagers alive. So once his attack finishes, it does lose its scout, purple here. But again, Cyan, keeping its Steppe Lancers at home, had a chance to attack, and now purple's got monks going. And I don't think those Steppe Lancers will be effective against those monks now. You just need to get a couple of conversions, and that fight is in your favour. One red tower towards blue would have done so much. Yeah, it's done loads. I mean, 4 villages have been garrisoned in it, but yeah, we got eagles being produced over here. Hello, Eagles. Where are you? I want to see if he's a scout still. He is still a scout. Knights get deflected. So actually the towers did a great job. Knights are down. Blue's army's down. No help needed, I don't think, either. So Red was able to hold it off against both. Again, towers getting great value here. Purple actually going on the attack against Cyan. I don't know about that just yet. I mean, it seems to be without consequence. And it's a distraction so the heist can happen here. Incredible. They won't suspect a thing. Amazing work. Looks like Red is... Okay, Red isn't moving out. It's a monk that's returning a relic and then some villagers going out a little far. Step Lancers are coming out to attack the monks. The one with the relic does get away and some conversions are happening to the Step Lancers. We got Siege coming in as well. Yellow losing its Eagle Warriors. Okay, it's losing to the Step Lancers under the TC. It will replace those, but initial army loss there for Yellow. But Illuminati, again, seems to have a military lead based on mostly monk numbers, so that number's only going to increase as the conversions happen. And Definitive Edition AI doesn't seem to have much. Again, it's focusing more on the boom compared to military defense. So is Illuminati able to use this opportunity to knock out two of the Definitive Edition AI so that the one booming at the back is ineffective? A load of Cyan's villagers are wandering around in different places. They're relocating to other drop sites, so that is doing a bit of idling of the eco as well. But the converted Step Lancers adding insult to injury. And yeah, the military difference is just increasing. They've got double the military at this point. No attacks on blue just yet. They're lurking around the outside, and green actually clicks imp at 100 vils. Green as a Persians there has done a great job of outbooming everyone, but is switching into light cavalry as its unit. And those Step Lancers gain a lot of value there for purple. Even if they die under the TC, it's not Illuminati's initial investment, so it's all bonus damage. We got 10 Eagle Warriors on the battlefield as well, so it looks like the upgrades have come in and the Eagle Warriors are soaking up the TC fire a bit better, and those conversions have stopped the Step Lancer defense. So they're actually able to get on and do eco damage. So Cyan in a really rough spot over here. It looks like the House Walls did a great job for blue. It's made it a bit more awkward for yellow and for red to actually do damage in the base. So house walling, I know that's something that's been switched on and off a couple of times for the Definitive Edition AI, but that seems to be working really nicely. Yellow is the first of Illuminati to click Imperial Age, just as green gets to Imperial Age. What will we see from green? We're seeing guilds. Imperial Age, folks. Cyan still has a decent number of villagers. If Cyan had help and these monks got cleared out before they researched theocracy, it is getting faith. Very nice. But the defense needs to come in soon, because even if you don't get converted, you're just going to get outnumbered with units. The one spear against the light cav and the knight. We do get a counter conversion here. Some of these monks may go down to this light cav. Gets converted back. bit of an awkward fight over here. But some of these monks are going down. We're down to 8 monks for purple. Purple seems to be saving for Imp, I think is what's happening here, which is why the numbers have dropped. And green's coming in to help. Light Cav, they do dive under here. They do take on counter Light Cav and the monks. With 2 monks left, purple doesn't have a military. It's saving for Imp. It's not quite there yet. It's still producing, but it is producing more monks now. But actually, if green moves out, 5th TC by the way, Promi, was this your addition here? We've got a 5th TC for the Persians, all working slightly faster. And we've got Hussar that's come in as well for green. So green fully boomed. I say fully boomed, no, it's still going. It's coming up to 150 vils. It's going all in on Hussar, but it needs to counterattack to stop Illuminati from reaching that critical mass. Faith will help for sure. Blue is in a really good spot as well, 112 vils. So about on par with purple over here. But the differentiator here is Cyan. Cyan has taken a bit of a beating. And green needs to make the most of that tech difference of getting into Imperial Age first. Yellow has been Imperial Age for a little while. Crop rotation is coming in. Let's just see what other upgrades it did manage to get. We don't have the main Imperial Age. Sorry, looking at the wrong one. We have Faith that's come from Yellow. Interesting. Faith got researched. Theocracy hasn't been researched yet. We've got a lot of Light Cav here as well. So it's going to be a case now of... we've got Eagle Warriors. Okay, that makes sense. So Elite Eagle Warriors should trade pretty well with Light Cav. Wow, and we do have Savar coming in. Green goes, I've researched Faith. I don't care if Savar are weak to monks. We'll work it out. And actually, there's not many monks on the field anymore. We're looking at a dozen. It's mainly Pikes and Eagle Warriors, so maybe Savar do alright with this. All of these Light Cav for blue are going to be converted into Hussar shortly, and actually gain a counter raid on red. There's a load of pikes in this base, so I don't imagine too much damage gets done here. But it is good to see the attack happening on Illuminati's side of the field. For Definitive Edition AI, this means it can rebuild. You can get its upgrades in without its eco being idled. Green's coming over here. Savar's still being researched. It takes such a long time, but Savar is in. Now, how does Illuminati targeting work? Do they prioritize the Savar over the Hussar? Yeah, poor choice of words in this one. Converted into Hussar. Upgraded to Hussar. Green has reached its peak. It's not training villagers anymore. It's going into hand cannoneer, but it's pop capped. So it's just using this time to get all of its upgrades. Illuminati, yellow's the closest to being pop capped here. Yellow pretty much is. Purple is not. Purple's in trouble. But the yellow stream is coming against blue. So green needs to get purple out of this game right now. And move on to yellow. I don't know how long blue holds here. It's mass producing Hussar, but the numbers are dwindling here. We're dropping down faster than they're being produced. We've got Elite Mangadai being made as well, but again, those numbers aren't holding. The upgrades have come in, but Elite Eagle Warrior, 53 of them against 15 Hussar, 12 Hussar. It's not looking good. Wow. And that's because Definitive Edition A has decided that 5 markets worth of trade carts is a higher priority than military at the moment. Now that's why that's happening. So those trade carts will also go down while this is all happening. So it looks like a very comfortable win from Illuminati on this side. Castle just going down to military. Meanwhile, the attack over here seems to have faltered. Halberdier has been researched. The Savar have gone down. We're going back into Hussar, and Hussar against Halberdier. I think we know how that's going to end up. 4 hand cannoneers are not going to make the difference there. The all numbers are about the same, but military advantages towards Illuminati. Green's coming out this side as well to try and help blue. I think that's probably a good call. Cyan has been able to rebuild under all of this. It is going into archers. Blue's still mass producing their spears. It's stopped producing trade carts at least. So it is able to capitalise. We've got nomads here, so houses will not cause blue to lose population space. But if that's your worry, then I think you're in a bad spot. Illuminati, all of them now getting to a point where they're starting to head towards being pop capped. Yellow and red are there, purple closely following. And I think Illuminati is turning this around. No military for blue. And yellow and red are just squashing blue here. Green is torn between 2 different battlefields. Doesn't quite know where to attack. Deciding maybe defending itself is the way to go. Trying to counter Trebs with Trebs. Nice volley there. I think that Treb does go down. Yeah, it does. So able to defend the buildings there, but blue... Oh, they all ignored the eagles. That would also eat them up. I don't know if that's DUC or whether that's TSA, but because that sounded like what happened with Supervillain. He was only targeting 1 player at a time, so all of the other units got ignored. I'd be surprised if that's what Definitive Edition AI is doing, though. Maybe this monks are on a higher priority list than eagles, perhaps, in the same way that skirms often get targeted above other targets. Wow, and the Halberdier flood in here as well. And light cavalry is not the answer to Halberdier. Actually, green getting pushed here as well, getting conversions in as well against it, despite Faith being researched. Hand Cannoneer may deflect for a while, but look at the population. Very much in favour of Illuminati again, and I think this is going to be a 3-0. Illuminati is going to make it to the final here, undefeated. The only answer to Illuminati is going to be Naga or GamesGod. But seeing Definitive Edition AI so dominant at the start, coming out on top of the group of death, beating Soldier 3-0, being humbled by this, Illuminati's looking unstoppable. And all the fighting's happening in Definitive Edition AI's half as well. Yeah, constant pressure. Although I have to say, Illuminati does a great job of just cleaning pressure up in its own base. Like, there were attacks happening in a couple of these bases, but it didn't last long at all. They all swooped in to eliminate it there and then so that the eco could get back on track. Whereas Definitive Edition AI seemed to let its teammates kind of suffer a bit first before helping. So the damage was done. Yeah, someone going champion. I suppose Persians have a rubbish militia line. So you're kind of banking on the Mongols to do it. Because I think they get champion. But they're in a pretty tough spot, and Jurchen's got attacked early. So I suppose there isn't really much of an answer for them. Maybe Hand Cannoneer for Persians. They could have invested in Hand Cannoneer sooner. But 10 military for Definitive Edition AI. Most of the eco are idle here. I'm going to speed this up before a resign happens. But unbelievable, 3-0 for Illuminati. Again. at this point, it's less of a case of can Illuminati win the final. It's can anyone take a game from him at the moment. Finals will be a best of 7. We gain a bit of stuttering here on capture age. Oh, that was quick. Immediate resignation. I liked the immediate military from Definitive Edition AI. I liked the fact that Persians went into Lightcave and produced a load of them, but I think they spent a little too long to attack and defend their allies and then counterattack. There's a window with Illuminati, which is you've got to get in before Theocracy comes in, and before those Imperial Age upgrades get in. If you can keep the monk numbers down, then he gets caught in Castle Age. But 12-0. Unstoppable performance so far from Illuminati. I know Alice put a lot of work in Illuminati getting it set up for Definitive Edition after it being on UP for so long, and the effort's paying off. You can absolutely see it here. Even on a map he says that he hates, absolutely dominant on Yucatan as well, it seems. And yeah, military population. I think this is the closest Definitive Edition AI had to a win. Or at least it was his best chance of winning. Michi and Rivers didn't seem to have a look in. Looking at the resources gathered. I was going to say, we should see Definitive Edition AI again higher with resources gathered, because they did make more use of the balls quite early on as well. It's only when Cyan started getting raided that dropped. Illuminati first to the relics as well, including the heist that happened behind Cyan's base. Amazing distraction. Probably accidental, but amusing to watch. Great Castle Age times from these here, considering as well these two were building towers to defend, and that red was attacked by 2 players at once and was able to defend against them. One of them an age ahead. Really impressive. Towers, apparently MVPs of this tournament. Keeping GamesGod in for 3 games against Silver Tongue, and also helping Illuminati survive AIs that reached Castle Age with military just a bit before. Solid performance, very nice. So, Illuminati 3-0. Let's change that on our score. Here we go. I'm surprised to see that today. I thought Definitive Edition AI would take a couple of games. So 3-0. Definitive Edition AI no longer has a shot at the final. But the loser of Naga versus GamesGod gets the joy of facing Definitive Edition AI for 3rd place. I wouldn't want to be either of those AIs, but the winner gets to fight Illuminati. So it's a bad day for all round, I think. So what I'm going to do for a moment, I'm going to take this opportunity to have a quick little break, just to top up on a drink. So just under 10 minutes. I'm sure I'll be back before 10-minute timer. But yeah, if you need to have a break yourselves, then use this opportunity to do so. I'll be right back. Okay, back a bit sooner. All stopped with caffeine, so ready to go for a second semi-final. We've got Naga versus GamesGod next. So before we kick off with that, let's walk through what happened with the draft. So unfortunately with this draft, I actually had no contact with GamesGod, was unable to get through to him across 3 days. And then in true typical fashion, he reached out to me about 10 minutes before the stream. So what we did for this one was his ban's been pretty consistent for this throughout the tournament. So I stuck to his normal ban of, in this case, it was Michi. Again, he's done it every time and has been pretty consistent with it. And then after that, went on random rolls. But yeah, when he reached out to me, he said apparently having issues not just accessing the Discord, but also the forum. Occasionally, apparently there's issues accessing it, so maybe something we need to do, or that we can look into as a community of actually, is there a consistent way we can get in contact with him? So yes, so the GamesGod's picks beyond Michi were randomly rolled for this one. In terms of what actually was picked, so GamesGod had banned Michi, Naga, or Pommy had banned Rivers. This led to Fortify Clearing being rolled randomly as the 5v5. As a game 5, and we rolled 4v4 as the team size for that. The remaining 6 maps then got split between the 2 of them. So for Naga, we had Arena, Baltic, and Arabia, whereas GamesGod had Land Nomad, Yucatan, and Team Islands. With GamesGod, again, rolled randomly, rolled Land Nomad first as a pick, then Yucatan as second pick, and Pommy selected Arena and Baltic. In terms of team size, again, team size were rolled randomly. So we had a 1v1 for Arena and a 4v4 for Baltic, whereas Pommy chose a 4v4 for Land Nomad and a 2v2 for Yucatan. GamesGod always goes random Civ for his picks anyway, so I wasn't waiting on those. He was quite consistent to say, I want all my Civs to always be random. So quite happy rolling Civs for him in this set. What we need to do first, though, is roll to see which players' maps we start with. Are we going to start with a 1v1 Arena, or are we going to start with a 4v4 Land Nomad? So let's find out. So if we roll Naga, it's Arena, and if we roll GamesGod, it's Land Nomad. We're kicking off with a 4v4 Land Nomad. While we're here, we'll roll for GamesGod Civs. We'll shuffle these a few times. And it's 4v4, so we'll just roll these and put them in order. We have the Bulgarian, so this will be an instant upgrade to the militia line when he ages up. That could be particularly nice. Burmese, on Land Nomad, potentially useful for finding the location of all of the relics. Also a bit of a boost for the infantry as well. 1 attack per age. Celts, extra bonus to wood gathering, which would be nice. Faster infantry as well, so a few infantry buffs going on here. And then finally, Civ number 4. Ethiopians. So extra food and gold per age up, instant upgrade to pikemen at castle age, and faster firing archers. So 3 infantry civs and an archer civ. It'd be interesting to see how that helps. Let's pan over to the game and set up. I haven't actually looked at Probby's pick for this map, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he has for this one. So, game capture. There we go. Land Nomad. We're switching to large, 8 player. Naga's player 1. And GamesGod as player 2. So going back to GamesGod civs, we had Bulgarians, Burmese, Celts, Ethiopians. Meanwhile, for Naga's picks, we had... I mean, the first one's not surprising here, really. We're going to see Huns. Vietnamese, also a great pick. The Wu. Sorry, no, the Wei. My bad. And Burgundians. I will just double check that. That was Huns, Vietnamese, Wei, Burgundians. So we've got a Hunnic horse. We can see our opponent's TCs. We can get extra villagers for each eco upgrade. And we get eco upgrades an age earlier. So again, some really nice bonuses stacking there. I believe everything is set up. Just looking at map sizes. Yeah, all good. Let's go. Switch to capture age. Ooh, okay. Some interesting things happening there. Okay, I'm going to pause that for a moment. Let's get these settings sorted. That looks okay, actually. Let's get our score overlay and get these changed. We have Naga on the left this time. And we've got GamesGod over here. And we'll change that score to 0. I'll play slowly first, just so we can get a bit of an idea what's going on. Naga, straight away, building in the corner. Decent food here, but build space might be an issue. It needs to make sure it expands town size big enough to fit buildings into age up, because we've got a lot of forest and we've got the edge of the map itself. So potential danger here for Naga. Looking over here as well, Green's in a bit of a better spot. Again, decent food and resources around. Let's see how the scouting does on this front, because those haven't been found just yet. But Vietnamese will have eyesight as well on opponents. We've also got on Naga's side blue. We've got a scouting pig already, so a pig's been found. We've got the horse coming into, and we've already seen a boar and hunt is happening. So pretty decent start here for blue. We should get more pigs being found in a mode 2. And we got the Burgundians here, quite close to blue, but far enough away to at least share some resources. So all good there. And I can see all of the Games Gods have also placed TCs. This is hilarious. So you've got quite close TCs together. Potentially could help each other out if they get attacked. But I think red is in a bit of a spot of bother for resources. We can see it actually going straight away for the mill. So some scouts are going to be needed to get some hunts down here, I think. But red, in a bit of a bother, it's going to have to go the hard way to getting food for villagers. Oh, wow! And actually, yeah, already fighting over resources here. Red coming in to steal some of that. Yellow, decent spot. Got a boar already. Got some pigs. Potentially stole some from the area that Naga was looking. So I think a decent start there for yellow. And then orange here again also got a boar, got some pigs, built the mill already, and is within range of some deer. And if they go and hunt these, they should find the pigs as well. So should be an okay start for orange too. And again, 2 next to each other here should be pretty good to see. Depending on who these attack, grey might be in trouble here. It depends if red can get off its feet. But if assuming that all goes smoothly, then we've got very little distance between these 6, but potentially gives these 2 time for or room to boom. So we'll see what happens there. Good scouting there from Cyan. I think at this rate I can, because I'd paused it for a little while, I can fast forward this to see how we're doing to get to feudal age until it catches up with the game. So, yeah, as predicted, red's having trouble. You can see here from the vill count, at least 3 or 4 villagers behind. Been borrowing a bit of the boar, but now doesn't have the wood for farms. So he's having to get all of that. So again, we're going to see this vill get produced, and then it's going to be a bit slow. A couple of these vills here lost HP to the bull. Orange also having trouble. I think they moved out quite far to get his food, so it's just been a bit of idle TC time while that food comes in. But the food should come in, and potentially they'll go for this boar as well. I think it's just been seen. Oh man, is that a scouting villager? I think it's someone who was a lumberjack but has been scouting. We've got a militia from yellow. I think that militia will scout though. I think GamesGod's got auto scouting on, but they are awfully close to grey here. Actually, grey trying to borrow some of the food here, and the militia going after them. Do they take out the horse? Unsure. But at the moment, Naga having a great start. GamesGod struggling a bit. I was going to say I can hear attacks. It's attacking the mill there. Another militia, sorry, being produced. GamesGod is actually the first to click feudal. Naga going for a bit of a fast castle. I think we've seen this on maps before. Thinks it's a pocket, I guess. So at least blue and cyan are going for fast castle over here. Bit of a long walk to get to this lumber over here. But grey and green. Okay, bit of a delay for these. They will consistently produce food. They've also got the potential to get upgrades early. But they're massing out their farms now, which means they won't have to do it later. And I imagine we're going to see the same for green, which we do. Getting up the farms early. Wow, actually, this mill looks like it's going down. And we've got 3 GamesGods going up. Purple about to hit Feudal Age, and we'll have 2 Nagas hit Feudal about 10 seconds before GamesGod does. These militia leave this villager alone, or are they coming back for him now? So the farm gets built. Actually, if villagers keep coming out here, this could be a lot of idle eco. Wow, villager coming to hit this villager here. Lures him away, and the militia will head towards him. Very nice. Purple has hit Feudal Age first, and of course it's GamesGod, so the first thing he does is build a tower. Oh, this is a problem. Is this a mixture of camp distance, max camp distance being too small, but also separation distance between drop sites being too high? I thought it would, yeah, because it's blocking off that way. Either way, it's a terrible lumber camp. Militia have been trapped, but actually it looks like some weird targeting's happening with the Vil, and 2 Vils do go down for Grey. The militia go down, but he'll be happy with 2 Vil kills. Unfortunately, yellow is 10 villagers behind Grey, so that damage won't be enough for him to catch up. Land Nomad 4v4 is a great way to start it. I think it's... wow. Brutal. Okay, so Naga's villagers, very aggressive. They're very protective of their territory and their neighbour's territory. And GamesGod is trying to build a mining camp. Again, terrible like distance things going on here. And I mean, he's found gold here. So I don't know why it's building it up there. Again, there's also stone here. I don't think he's quite found that. Something weird's going on with that. I can't imagine GamesGod uses upbuild line. But either way, that's costly. Are these villagers going to try and take down this tower? No, they're not. But the proximity here is an issue, and it seems to be an issue that's favouring Naga over GamesGod. We do have archery ranges over here for purple. We've got 4 archers being made. Orange also going into ranged units. We've got a second archery range being made here. Meanwhile, we've got blue and cyan, the ones that were going for fast castle, clicking their castle age, and cyan is going has gone for a spearman to protect, I guess, against an initial scout. Very nice. I think green's trying to get his way up to castle as well. You can see him using the market to try and get there. We've got some initial scouts from yellow as well, trying to take down that tower. That will idle 3 of Naga's Vils. But again, the eco difference is very much in Naga's favour. I think a bit of catching up has happened. Possibly because of the castle age being clicked rather than damage being done. But ranged units here will idle Naga's eco. Naga is countering with its own skirms. It's got 2 archery range skirm production. And of course Naga booms in the corner here. So the issue I said about the town size potentially not being big enough doesn't seem to be an issue at this point. Is that a mill? No, it's not his house. I thought it was milling for these guys here. But no, TC's being built here. He Guang being trained. Looks like they're defending this TC. Underway, very much benefiting from extra Vils for each of those eco upgrades. Green also about to hit castle. GamesGods, they're kind of saving up for it. But as you can see here, we've got a load of units. They've not been sent out. Red sending units out. We've got men at arms here from the Bulgarians. Maybe would have hoped to have seen those attacks sooner. But they are attacking the Naga that has only just clicked up to Castle Age, so there is room for damage to be done here. Meanwhile, this tower stayed up, garrisoned with 5 villagers, so there is a lot of idle villagers here because of these scouts and archers. But the damage to the tower, it looks like it got repaired, or they got distracted. Some of these vills are taking damage. A couple of these will go down. 2 vills down. Potentially 3. 3 go down. 4 go down. Wow. Archer's getting great value there for orange. But again, the vill count is low. I mean, Bright Spark's been in this position a lot. You have to idle more than the gap between you for it to be worth it. Potentially doing that with some of them being garrisoned in the tower, but it looks like they're no longer garrisoned. Green's coming in and attacking yellow from the south here, from the southwest. These are only feudal age units so far, but crossbow is coming in. Understood, Elias. What confused me, I think, was that Orange was trying to build a mining camp. What, it was around here somewhere, was it? It was towards Grey. It was trying to build it around here, whereas it had gold down here that it found. So I didn't know why the default targeting picked towards an enemy rather than away from it. Elite skirming for Grey. And Yellow's completely idle. It looks like Red is attacking Grey from the other side. But Green's going to do damage here with crossbows. But the towers are here. This wouldn't be a GamesGod game without towers defending the base. And actually that tower might be doing a decent job. Crossbow kept at bay. We've got crossbows in for purple. We've got the feudal trade for purple there. The trade cart just gets away. But we've got 14 crossbows. Forward towers being built here to suppress Grey. And Grey's still holding out okay. He's got 2 TCs up. Got a 3rd on the way. No, sorry, that's Blue's TC, not Grey's. So 2 TCs for Grey. Vill count very much in favour of Naga. Military count just in favour of GamesGod, but I think the tech difference here is very much in Naga's favour. So I'd still say military for Naga so far. We might see GamesGod do some DUC tricks. But Cyan with 17 Heguang coming into the base. Do they have the upgrades yet? Come on. Both armor upgrades. First attack upgrade. They're not going down to TC fire. And we're going to see purple and possibly red get hit really hard here. Grey is down to 33 vills. So GamesGod did do decent damage over there, but it's taken 2 GamesGods to do that damage. And at the moment, 3 GamesGods are now locked down. Only Orange is creating knights and is upgrading its skirmishers to elite skirmishers. But it doesn't have the numbers yet. Interesting retreat here. Again, just keeps attacking this wood line, and red is done. But they're just regrouping, getting ready to attack. That is a Krepost. Great defensive instinct there by GamesGod. You start with towers, you upgrade to Krepost. What are Yellowvilles doing here? Are they building? Again, there's some really weird build rules going on here for GamesGod. So building a mining camp over there. So that's a lot of idle time for those yellow villagers. The green attack looks like it's been held by the tower. Not loads of damage has been done to the yellow GamesGod. It looks like red's attack did get cleaned up. But it's the towers again causing trouble. Does yellow have... does purple have bodkin? Yeah, it does. So guard tower would be really nice here. And actually, orange dodging mangonel shots. I don't think they're going to dodge that knight though. Split micro. That's quite human-like there. Wow. And it's the mangonel that takes out the knight. It was all part of GamesGod's plan. So yeah, it's keeping blue busy. Blue's got 4 TCs and he's producing out of all of them though. So this is keeping blue busy, but it's not slowing him down. Yellow expanding very much into grey's face here. But I think yellow is idling itself because of it. The Krepos does go up. This ball never gets hunted. We've got markets being produced by purple. I quite like that one. Cav archers coming in as well. Wait, are we seeing Cav archers shoot properly then? Were they... GamesGod's had an issue for quite a while of Cav archers not fire. Oh no, there it is. That was the issue. Yeah, he hasn't fixed it yet. It's only the crossbows that are shooting. So this is another thing in Naga's favour. I just wondered if the bug had been fixed, and so whether that had fixed the Cav archers, but alas, the bug still remains. For anyone who has this issue, if you're using DUC timers on Cav archers, just make sure they're firing in stand ground mode rather than no attack stance, because no attack stance doesn't seem to start their next attack timer for some reason in terms of their object data. So it's related to their stance. Attack with stand ground, retreat with no attack stance, and it will work just fine. There's a bit of stuttering here, but I think this is retargeting from the crossbows. Some decent micro going on, but the macro here very much in favour of Naga. The crossbows have found a nice little spot around the tower to harass these vills, and yellow's vill count is going to drop massively here. Do we have ballistics? We do, and so these villagers are getting hit. So we're going to see that number go down quite quickly. Hello! We have Imperial Age, Heavy Haguan Cavalry, fully upgraded in terms of attack. Potentially missing the last arm upgrade, if they have it. I'm guessing they do. I'm missing something, I can't see it. Oh, it's getting it now. There we go. Okay, no, it is missing it. Okay, I see it. Yeah, Cyan does miss it. The crap house goes down. GamesGod tries to fix this by building another tower. And you can see this is over. The Huns are fortifying further. Huns fully boomed. We're going to see Cav archers from them, along with their 5 rams. But the way here, at their endgame, traction trebuchets on the way. There we go. We've got Shambay Raiders as well on top of that. So we should see both red and purple go down quite quickly. Orange under attack by some basic siege at the moment. Pikes will try and take that down. I don't know if they'll take it down quicker because they are capped rams. Oof. Arbalest and a lot of rams here. I was wondering if we'd find elite Baton archers. Yes, we do. And we've got more castles on the way. Naga, very scary with the Vietnamese. Does really well with Baton archers. Oh, he gets a unique tech for melee armor instead, so it is missing that. I see. I was going to say its melee armor was 4, so it did seem high enough. And yeah, they're just gradually pushing through. And I think we can fast forward this.
Oh, yes. Whoa, yes.
And the swarm continue. Green's going over here as well. Needs 5 archers here, clearly, from the Wu. But Batans will do the job. And orange and purple have resigned. I mean, red's a smear. Red and yellow over here. There we go. Game 1 to Naga. GG. Let's look at some stats. Really nice boom in the corner from Cyan. The lack of space in terms of being on the edge of the map didn't affect it. It was able to boom quite nicely. And you can see here, Naga just got ahead really early, even just with the Vel count. GamesGod had some issues with gathering resources. In terms of military, GamesGod did level it out at some point, but it was using feudal age military by the time that Naga had hit Castle Age. So the tech difference there worked in Naga's favour. And then, of course, after it hits its max villagers, the military skyrockets over here for the fully boomed Nagas. Hun's actually making the most after all of that. They did keep Grey down, but it took 2 GamesGods to keep Grey down while the other 3 Nagas were left alone. So 3 Nagas at full strength can take on 4 GamesGods. And yeah, I think just a shaky start for GamesGod. I don't think its land nomad performances have been that strong. It has some awkward positioning of its TCs, and then lacked the resources to really get itself going. So not surprised to see this result. So that does mean we're currently sat at 1-0 for Naga. We're about to move on to game number 2. Game number 2 for this set will go to GamesGod's second map because he lost, which is Yucatan. So it's a Yucatan 2v2. Let's get set up. We'll roll GamesGod civs while we're here. Two v two. We have Portuguese. So this could help. The team bonus of faster technology research could mean more aggressive feudal pushes. And the Britons. I'd say both decent with archers. I don't see GamesGod doing an organ gun push, but we might be surprised. So let's see. Setting up the game. Let's quit out of this one first. We're going to a medium map this time. Switching to Yucatan. So we had the Portuguese and Britons. The help with livestock might be useful, although it's mainly hunt on Yucatan. So it'll help a bit, but probably doesn't need that type of help. Meanwhile, looking at Naga's picks for this, we've got the Malay. We saw what it did to Bright Spark with the Malay. We might see the same here. Also faster up times. Had a decent elephant rush. We've got Persians as well. Faster working TC and probably got the food income to keep going with that as well. Be interesting to see if they have any early defense or whether they try and go for fast castle. If let to boom though, then Persians are a great pick. I will just double check I've set that up correctly. It is 2v2 Yucatan, players 4, map size 4, all good. Let's go. Game number 2. And the teams are the correct side, so I don't need to change that. I do need to change the names in the casting part though. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So we got some geese scouting here by Naga, so should find all of the hunt. I think green's going to do the same. Yep, there we go. We'll find some geese over here as well. I kind of undersold the Britain's bonus, actually. There is quite a lot of geese. So actually their bonus could really help GamesGod in terms of getting a faster feudal age. That combined with the Portuguese team bonus, you could get quite a quick men-at-arms rush. See what GamesGod does with that. We got 2 boar that have been found over here. One's already been hunted from the group of 3. Got another group over here where they've not been scouted yet. Looks like none of this area has been scouted just yet. But at the moment that scout is pushing deer, that's why. So maybe we'll see those get spotted soon. Perhaps if one of these, if this berry bush gets milled, we might see that boar get found and a bit of a knock-on effect. Both berry bushes have been found here. I don't think those boar have been found, but one of them has been lured in actually. And with this mill being placed here, which is a little bit far away from the berries, but in this case might work out well. Might be able to catch that boar there. And we've got more boar that have been scouted here. So GamesGod's going to be just fine for food as well. But Naga, it seems, doing the better scouting between the two. A little bit of idle TC time for the Portuguese. You can see here they're behind in Vilcat. I mean, Persians will be quicker, but they're behind a Vil, but they also haven't researched Loom. So they just let their TC go idle. Ooh. Or they lost to Vil. Because that boar just wandered back. We got an awkward boar. And here, this is a terrible start for GamesGod. It's the Portuguese rather than the Britons, so the Britons might still have that fast start I was talking about earlier. And it does look like this boar goes into line of sight, so they should be able to hunt that. Okay. It might be trickier for the Persians to get a faster uptime here because they're producing quicker. It also means they're using resources quicker in training bills. Naga's going to offset that by researching Loom now, so they can stockpile some resources. Britons get Loom as well, and it looks like Britons are idling their TC. They're saving up for feudal age. GamesGod should force drop. Add up the food that you've got in your villagers' hands all together, and then when you hit 500, force drop, up drop resources food 1, and they'll drop what they've got and help you age up. I'll stop with that idle TC time if you're trying to rush up feudal. But actually, despite all of that, despite the bonuses and the idling, it's actually Naga that gets the earlier age up because there's a melee. So much quicker aging up time. And then we've got the Persians with a faster working TC, so just a little behind yellow. So actually all of that stalling and Naga's still in front. But Naga won't always be aggressive, so we'll see what GamesGod does with that. Naga is training militia, but is already feudal age, so this isn't a drush. More boars coming in. This might just be defensive militia. GamesGod also training militia. While waiting to go feudal, and another... Oof. Another weird boar law. I think something's awkward that's gone happened when they've gone back. They haven't been able to finish the boar off. It's wandered off, and then all of the villagers have followed and killed it out in the distance. I know that used to be quite common, but I don't see that much these days. So GamesGod investing more into militia. They are moving out. I believe Nagas are still at home. Yes, they are. One of the militia is going to get mauled to death by jaguars. He was leading them away for the rest of the squad. Rest in peace. Oh, and more jaguars, and then this one runs away. So this attack has stopped before they've even got to the base. The jaguar goes down, but that militia is not looking very well, and everything's attacking. Naga's going for scouts. 5 scouts, and actually, Naga should move out with this. I expect to see a tower. There it is. But towers won't do that much against a scout. Meanwhile, blue is saving for Castle Age, getting wheelbarrow early. Oh, and the militia come in to defend. But yeah, this version of Naga, much more aggressive than previous versions, it seems. We saw this against Blightspark, was actually the first to attack in most of those games. And traditional targeting of the militia here, rather than patrolling, means that actually these scouts can get away with attacking them without ever being targeted. And this villager is going to go down. Or not. No, they're just blocking it. Just one hit. Just one hit. There he is. Just toying with him. So yeah, interesting, not fully using the scouts there. It looks like a bit of repositioning is happening first, but a little bit of damage is done. A load of idling. Green has clicked castle while this is all going on. And yellow trained a load of scouts. Hasn't done anything with them yet, but could go out to the melee here. And should go out. Probably should have gone out a minute or so ago. Armor upgrade coming in, so actually, yeah, this could be decent. 20 seconds away. I'm expecting we've got a stable here for elephants. I don't think we do yet. So actually, these scouts could do damage. Tower's garrison, they're avoiding the tower. They're they're sandwiched between the tower and the TC. Okay, they're avoided. they're cancelling attacks against the villagers, but they are now piling into the... No, the targetings... They seem to be retargeting, so they're not actually doing that much damage. Militia do finally start going down. With that many scouts, you should be doing more damage than this. You should be raiding this. Green is coming to help. It's got its archers in there. Archers shouldn't do much against these scouts in dribs and drabs. Red also trying to recover by training more militia, but green is on its way to saving its castle, whereas, again, yellow and red nowhere near. So feudal versus castle age. Blue isn't able to do anything with its castle age yet. It's waiting for that stable to go up, but once that stable is up, I imagine we're going to see battle elephants coming through. It has the resources for them. It has the resources to produce quite a few of them. We have elephants. We've got archers. Good villager kills here. And actually, villager counts in favour of GamesGod. I know this is partly because it stayed in a few days longer. Also trading trade cards out in GamesGod, but again, nowhere near Castle Age. And what do you do against these elephants? Yellow's training a lot of spears. This will keep the initial numbers down, but they are protected by archers. And the spears won't do well there. And with 2 scouts left, we might see yellow in a bit of trouble, but red is now moving out. Now, those archers are not crossbows yet. Both sides have bodkin. No, not bodkin, fleshing. So we should see a bit of damage done here by these skirms. They're just lacking the numbers. Tower goes forward though, that's very nice. And actually the men-at-arms are able to go to the side while distracting. And can they get a village down before the crossbows catch them up? They do damage, but they're not able to finish it. We might see more towers soon. Not yet. And the elephants coming to reinforce. And we've got a load of elephants heading into yellow's base. There's a load of spears coming in to defend too. 1 elephant down. 2 elephants down. That's a load of spears going down though. 3 elephants down. 4. I think the spears just take it. But if the elephants keep trickling in... Okay. It's 6 elephants to 1 spear, but only 2 in the base. Spears are still being trained. That tower will get denied. And it looks like the spears are not prioritizing the weaker elephants, so the damage is being spread, allowing them to both get hits in. Slow production of spears at the moment. Getting a couple more in. Red still putting the pressure on green, so that tower also doing a decent job. And villager count still looking even. But these elephants are doing damage. With the spears trickling in here, you just need to outnumber the elephants slightly to take them down. GamesGod doesn't have the numbers yet. Malay prioritizing villagers over military, so eventually the spear numbers will catch up. But the lack of patrol is painful here. More towers. And the crossbows are eventually ganging up on this watchtower. 27 crossbows, decent number. And Naga's just booming behind this. Gained a 3rd TC up. I expect we'll see another TC from the Malay in not too long as well. 6 spears against 9 elephants. The retargeting really hurting these spears at the moment. Potentially could get a couple of these elephants down, but with the spread damage, you'll find more of these elephants survive. Some villagers will go down to this too. And slowly but surely, the villager lead is going into Naga's favour. Still producing spears, doing exactly the right thing, just not using them effectively. And we know GamesGod can use DUC, so DUC would be, even just a patrol attack, would be more effective here. Okay, that's just the Jaguar. Trade's still coming in for GamesGod. So I've been mentioning villager count a few times actually, but it's a trade that's adding to this. So villager count has been in Naga's favour for quite a while. Naga's switching out of elephants now, is he? Oh no, it's still producing them, but it's producing scorpions alongside. And it looks like, at least in the base, GamesGod is able to stabilize a little. Nearly getting there to Castle Age, but Naga's been producing out of 2 stables and is able to catch up on elephant numbers again. And GamesGod has stopped producing spears. Hopefully he'll train them again now that he's clicked Castle Age. It needs to stop making trade carts. But Green decides that now's their time to attack, and it's crossbows versus unupgraded unupgraded skirmishers. They're also glitching out with their DUC. They're trying to split, but they can't, and so their order's getting wiped out, and that is a massacre. I don't think even the tower gets built here. They're just in range of this tower, so a few crossbows might get picked off while they're patrolling around, but these here are perfectly safe, and that's going to stop that wood line. It's going to kill any villager that try and finish that. 2 barrack spear production continues, but we've got 11 elephants on the battlefield now. Some scout cab acting a little as meat shields. Maybe the pike upgrade will make a big difference here. The extra bonus damage might even things out a tad. And while these guys are just about to hit Castle Age, Green has already clicked in. 4 TCs, loads of crossbows. It is losing crossbows to those towers, by the way. Those numbers have reduced. Crossbows dying to towers and TC fire. Yucatan with its forest may be a little bit awkward to dodge around, and the skirmishers being released in large numbers here should clean up small groups of crossbows. But the elephants are absolutely stomping here, and GamesGod is down to 32 villagers. Trade is going to get interrupted. And villager count is over double for Naga now. Getting into a fully boomed position. I imagine we'll see some tech switch from Green soon, because we've had crossbows, which I know Persians get trash bows, but it's not. It hasn't researched that tech yet. So I'm expected to see, knights, and they will go into Savar. There we go. So meanwhile, a load of the techs will get researched. Boost the crossbows even more with chemistry. This TC looks like it's going to go down. Meanwhile, Red has decided maybe now's the time to boom. It does get the elite skirmisher upgrade in, so that should defend against future crossbow attacks, but it won't help against these elephants if they decide to change targets. Neither will they help against scorpions, actually. We might see elephants be produced from this castle. We'll see. Not quite. prioritising other stuff. We are getting conscription though, so those units will get produced quicker. And yellow's CC goes down. We're down to 5 spears, 4 spears, and the scorpions and the elephants should clean us right up. GamesGod will probably be annoying in the fact that it will try and rebuild elsewhere, and we are seeing that now. So it will try and take as long as it can to die. But we've got another army coming in here from green. We have bombard cannons being produced as well. Cavaliers coming in for the knights. Extra wood upgrades as well, so the siege is going to keep pouring in. We've got 2 mangonels going in along with the rams. And this tower still never got built. We've got another one being built behind it. But you've got siege rolling in. This TC won't last too long with 2 mangonels firing at it. Got a bombard as well on the side, I think. Oh no, Trebs. Bombard's on their way still. And blues is mopping up. We got elite battle elephants. And Arbalest coming in for blue. Well, the elephants made it over into red space as well. And I think we can speed this up. This is over. And right now this is turning out to be quite a quick set of semi-finals. This is going to make it 2-0 for Naga. And again, GamesGod has to win every game from here on out to stay in the running for the final. He will get to play a 3rd place playoff regardless. But Naga wins this one. Let's look at the stats. 74 elite battle elephants. Very nice. But yeah, I think it's the same story as last time. It's the tech. GamesGod got up earlier, but actually Naga was the one that was more of the aggressor. Was able to also get tech upgrades sooner before that as well, before GamesGod, and then it was just consistent pressure from there. Towers buying GamesGod a little bit of time, but Naga having a clearer plan on how to deal with that. It's getting siege in early and keeping its units alive, so not sitting under the tower for too long. So great job there, really good boom behind it, of course, with Naga. So by the time they're both fully boomed, GamesGod had no chance, unfortunately. And again, solid eco. Red had a terrible time of things with the boar luring. Something went wrong with at least 2 of those boars, where they were able to wander back and then get hunted from long distance. So long delays and TC idle time in terms of getting to feudal age for Red, and we should see that with the technology here. Red actually being slower by a good few minutes from the Blue Naga. Britain's doing less so, but this is also with the Portuguese upgrade team bonus, so these should be quicker than usual. Solid castle age time here for the Malay. A bit slower for the Persians, but also it was dealing with attacks, so not too worried there. Was able to boom quite comfortably. And yeah, 140 mils. That's a good Naga boom. So we'll be moving shortly on to game number 3. GamesGod has lost on both of his maps, so we now move over to Naga's least favourite map, which will be Baltic 4v4. So let's adjust the scores here. And then go to Baltic. So Naga in the lead there. Let's roll GamesGod civs. It's a 4v4, so we're going to need 4 civs for that one. So our first flank is going to be the Byzantines. Thought I was very nearly going to be the Khitans then, but Byzantines it is. For GamesGod, I think I prefer the Byzantines. It tends to train a lot of trash. Poles. I'm not a big fan of Poles as a civ. Can't seem to really get into them. I know that they get bonus from stone mining and they've got the foreworks, but for AIs in particular, I don't think they get the most use out of them. Sicilians, I don't think GamesGod trains from donjons, so that could be a bad pick for GamesGod, and I'm quite worried about his chances of winning this game. Though I said that, I think GamesGod rolled Sicilians when he won that last game against Silvertongue. Dravidians is a solid certificate for GamesGod, and also being on the flank as well. Yeah, worked well from on Baltic. Yeah, Dravidians is great. Gets a nice boost of wood as well for feudal age. Faster acting skirms. Should beat Naga in a skirm war if it comes to it. Let's set up the game. Despite that, though, I don't think Sicilians is a good pick. I don't think Poles is a good pick for GamesGod either. We'll see what Promi's picked as well, because we haven't looked at that yet either. Baltic. We've got Naga as player 1, GamesGod as player 2. So looking back there, we had Byzantines as his first pick, followed by Poles, followed by Sicilians, and then Dravidians as the final pick. Looking at Promi's picks for this, Baltic. For his first flank, we have Dravidians. Pocket, we've got Italians. I believe in the Bright Spark game, Baltic was the set that actually Naga lost, and that was Dravidians he was playing against. His other pocket is a Wu. And then final flank is the Armenians, which I think is a great pick. We might see some action with galleys, or we could see some early aggro with infantry. So we'll see. Everything is set up correctly there, I believe, so we can get moving. GamesGod needs to win this. Let's go ahead and change our player names here. There we go. So we'll see how the scouting goes here. Naga did a good job of scouting last time, using the animals as well. So able to certainly find the hunt. We should get these sheep found as well once the boar is seen. Yeah, it'll cut through by that tree, and there we go. Sheep found. Lumber camp out here as well, not too close to the water, so should go relatively undisturbed. Berries found. There's a load of sheep to find over here still, but Scout hasn't gone over there yet, so not too worried. lumber camp on the edge of a forest over here, so will need to be replaced a little sooner, but it's found the forest quite comfortably. There's also the boar here that's being pulled in, so all looking good. These sheep don't get found. Scout's still going backwards and forwards at the moment, so maybe a pathing issue over here. Yeah, got a pathing issue. So actually, Italian Naga pockets might be a bit slower going up. Cyan has found more sheep. Yeah, good scouting here by Cyan. Hunt found, berries found, and actually a mill here will be really nice for Naga, so that's good. And then looking over at Grey, we've got a barracks already being built at 13 vills for Grey, so I'm expecting a drush from this. Grey being the Armenian, so we should get either spears or militia, with the idea of them being upgraded early when they get to castle, when they get to feudal even. We'll see what he goes for. Yeah, we're going for militia. Long distance hunting, Naga. Long distance hunting. Also force dropping, I think. Only collected 5 food there before moving. Dropping off that mule cart. That's what he's doing. Okay. So yeah, some weird force dropping stuff going on there. Let's check out GamesGod. Mill not too far from the hunt. Didn't immediately go chasing after it. So not checking for hunt distance, I guess. This ball has got missed. So red's in a bit of a bad spot here. Yellow also missing berries and boar. We're probably going to find a mill. Have we found a mill yet? That's in a bit of a bad spot. Full work. Okay, so he's building it by the deer. Yeah, bad show here for GamesGod. This is not what you want. He's built a donjon straight away. They saw this before. I think that's probably leftover code from before donjons were able to be built in Dark Age. This one looks like it's at least found all the food. Yeah, all the food's been found around this area, so that pocket's okay. Missing a couple of sheep. Found the water actually before anything. But it looks like all the rest of it's been found okay. Maybe if the scout goes pushing for this deer, they might accidentally go across for that. We got men at arms moving out here for Naga. We should see Grey men at arms running out as well, so we are going to see a proper drush. We've got a fishing ship from Red. We're going to see a little bit of damage here from Naga, but actually Vil stays alive. But that militia is prioritizing the weaker Vil. It's being chased away. Good defense by GamesGod. Villagers stay alive. And we've got blue and orange, both over here, that get to feudal age first. Then red makes it to feudal age. As does yellow. All the games got a feudal age. It looks like a couple of the Nagas, actually 3 of them, may be fast castling. I suppose Grey's gone for a drush, so drush into fast castle. Makes sense. It's annoying, but they're staying alive. Tower by the dock. Now, I know this is meant to protect the dock, but actually, this is a really good way of kind of stopping units from moving around this space. So I quite like that for GamesGod. There's a couple of drushes happening at the same time. We've got the men-at-arms upgrade for the Italians. Remember, cheaper age up for the Italians as well, so they've got a bit more food to spare, and they've got skirms being made. Cyan is the first to click Castle Age, just as Grey hits Feudal Age. This villager should go down. There's not enough vills to fight that off, and so that vill won't try. Might lose a second vill here too. We've got galley being produced. Got a couple of galleys being produced by GamesGod, so splitting its resources between land and water. Fire ships from yellow. And it looks like Naga's committing to land on this one. I don't see any docks yet. They have scouted the water, they just don't feel like it. So GamesGod, eco count here is in GamesGod's favour, mainly because of the fishing ships. Naga's going to have a tech upgrade advantage. We've got villagers that seem to be fighting off these skirms, they're going aggressive. And actually they do fight off the skirms. That's a nice defense by GamesGod there. Bit of idle time, but the skirms are gone and there's only 2 remaining for blue. These militia are still alive, but we've got Jean swordsman being produced here. So we're going for aggression rather than a straight boom here for the Wu. Meanwhile, Italians are going for a second TC. Cavalry coming in for Grey. Okay, interesting to see what they go for. Still waiting for Castle Age on that one, so it could go into Knights. We've got crossbows coming in for green, being somewhat distracted by the navy. Archers prioritising the crossbow over the skirm. I don't think that that archer makes it. Again, villagers seem to be really aggressive towards these skirms, but they won't survive this time because there's a number of crossbows coming towards the base. This could be quite a deadly push. Meanwhile, Cyan's still producing Jian swordsman. I'm going to keep an eye on the map down there. Yellow coming to defend though against Grey, actually counter-attacking. We've got a tower from Grey. It looks like Naga's taken a leaf out of GamesGod's book and is trying to defend the base that way. Should be able to walk around this TC and find this mule cart. But the Jian swordsmen are moving out, and Jian swordsman versus archers is going to go in favour of the Jian swordsman, I think. Some nice micro happening by purple. They're prioritising skirms over the crossbows though now. And there's a lot of skirms. Jian swordsman approaching. GamesGod approaching Castle Age, not quite there yet. Looks like purple might be the first to get there. Orange has the food but is missing the gold and is under attack. The Jian swordsman will just dive under this. And we are getting knights from the Armenians. And Scout Cav versus Jian swordsman. Don't fancy your odds there, but the tower's doing damage at least. Oh, not much though. I think they've got 1 armor upgrade, waiting on the second. Navy might also help here. And it looks like actually these armies are distracted by the navy. So this is buying GamesGod time. He's getting his upgrades in. Needs to get gold for Castle Age. Maybe he'll be able to use the market at some point. Not there yet. These Jian swordsmen still being bothered by scouts. And the navy. Yellow coming in to help in that regard too. Purple is the one first GamesGod to click Castle Age. And actually, these galleys actually clean up the crossbows. Or at least that small group of crossbows. There's a lot more to go. Good tower here from Naga. Will protect from raids on the water. There's a load of navy here being made for GamesGod and a load of food income coming in via the sea. Byzantine's doing quite well in this regard. And again, also cheaper trash units. So if Byzantine's wanting to produce a military defense, they should be able to bring one up pretty quickly. Military slightly in favour of GamesGod, so again the tech advantage is with Naga. And Vil count is roughly even, or at least eco count is roughly even because of the fishing ships. Blue going elephants. I don't think Dravidian elephants get the elite battle elephant upgrade. Instead, there's root steel, which will allow them to bypass armor in Imperial Age, which is really good. We're getting cavalry upgrades for Sion, which means we are switching away from Gen Swordsman now into Hai Guang. And there it is. Mangonel versus Navy. Place your bets. Looking very much like it's in the Mangonel's favour for now. Needs a few more upgrades, I think, before they can start taking those on. And blue pushing into orange's base now. The elephants are here. They can soak up tower fire. Again, they're finding the attacking a bit awkward. Sometimes I find this with Naga's units, actually. If they come in with knights and you attack with just enough force, or at least enough for numbers, even if they don't really do that much damage, they tend to be a bit hesitant to attack. We've got a couple of Nagas attacking orange here, though, so actually that will help. And we've got a big army from Cyan coming this way. They're being distracted by the navy, and actually the fire ship's doing decent damage against those mangonels. Crossbow in for red as well. And we've got the last Castle Age coming in for GamesGod as well. I'm expecting we'll see Imperial Age being clicked by green soon. Seems to be saving up for something. Wow, a lot of fortification going on here. More donjons being built. But the elephants sat under this TC here. Not doing loads of damage to Vils at the moment. Still at 50 Vils, which is about the same as red. So I don't think much damage has been done to Vils. It's more idle time. All of these towers are garrisoned. That's 9 Vils already, plus another 15. We've got 24 Vils idled. So that is hurting GamesGod's eco. But red and yellow issuing a counter-attack here. Navy coming around and attacking from the sides. We've got crossbows coming in here. We've got camels coming in as well. Camels countering the knights. And actually, nearly double the military for GamesGod. This is GamesGod's window to get some damage done. Orange needs help. Needs an answer to the elephants. It's training pikes, but it's just not able to train them fast enough. So they're getting a couple of pokes in there, and they're able to get 1 or 2 elephants down. But needs to keep producing pikes. And keep those elephants busy. Actually, red moving over to Cyan here won't kill these units, but will keep them distracted. And I think red's crossbow army gets wiped out. There's a lot of Jan swordsmen in that group. Well, there were. That was Haiguang. the pikes are garrisoned, which I quite like. Like, release them all at once, so you can take out an elephant with minimal hits. And green does click imp. Still 1,200 food remaining. How much did he stockpile? We're also clicking imp as well. Yellow crossbows come in after reds get knocked out. So a bit more pressure on grey, but grey looking really good. 85 vils. Not bad at all. The DUC is quite nice here for GamesGod. It is picking off little groups of units, which is good. Not doing much damage to the eco yet, but maybe if he finds himself in this slot. And he does. Yeah, now we're seeing vils drop quite quickly. It's suddenly stopping while trying to avoid the TC fire. A good couple of units gone down here though. Naga's replacing them quicker than they're dying, it seems though. While this is happening, Imperial Age is just being researched. Warships are doing damage to these vils. This vil might get taken out. He doesn't, he lives. Only a couple of crossbows for red and they're dying to TC fire. Decent castle for purple, but the elephants are still walking into orange's base. 5 pikes. Garrisoning them again. Thinking towers are the answer. And the pikes are running into the rescue here. And while the elephant isn't targeting that pike, it should go down relatively easy. Other pikes being released from the barracks. And the attacks are happening on Naga's ground at the moment. Naga's still booming behind this, nearly 100 vils higher. Military level about the same, and actually with green and cyan having hit Imperial Age, we should see, yeah, fully boomed, and now we're focusing on military, so those military numbers will skyrocket in a mo. Haguan coming in. They'll be upgraded soon, no doubt. Halberdier coming in. Devotion. And it's been a good day so far for Naga. Strong performances. GamesGod coming in with a counter here with purple. Elite skirms, but they are being countered here by Manga now. Longswords will dive under here. Ooh, nice hit there from the Mangonel. That will get paired. Grey also going Imperial Age, and this is beginning of the end, I feel. Great castle placement here. But these units are shrugging off a lot of hits. Yellow does click Imperial Age, and we've got Cav Archers that are not firing again. That's not the army you want to make. Obu. I nearly said Obuk then, Arandi. Tried to hold that there. Obu. Coming through. We got a bit of everything actually from the Poles. We got Navy. Significant Navy coming in from purple, going full fire ships. We got fast fire ship here, I think, from green. Yeah, we do. Oh, and these are unupgraded. 5 galleys. Rest in peace, GamesGod. This is looking over. Elite Genoese crossbows. They will counter any cav that come their way. That will counter any infantry that come their way. Normal crossbows from blue will help with that too. We've got armored elephants on the way. We have cannon galleons. There we are, taking out the towers. GamesGod will try and prioritise to build more, and he will lose more vills doing that. Military count still pretty close, but only one GamesGod is about to hit Imperial Age. So this is Castle Age units versus fully upgraded Imperial Age units. We've got cataphracts coming in from the Byzantines, but these are unupgraded. Castle Age cataphracts. They're not so scary yet. We've got cav archers that are not firing, so the military count's here a bit of a fake number. There's probably about 30 units in favour of Naga. And that's ignoring any military upgrades. Oh, this is going down so fast. Ballistics are in as well for green and blue, so these villagers should melt. January's crossbows targeting the elite skirms actually is a good thing for GamesGod. GamesGod is actually able to push some of these back, but the amount of production here that's happening from Naga, top capped, is able to maintain these numbers against GamesGod's lesser numbers here. The Navy may help, being in this corner here. They may take out weaker units, at least before they get to the castle. You can see here that battering ram doesn't have much to go to stop it from taking down that castle. The military, the Navy seems to be targeting that. No, although the numbers don't seem that different, I think that's all that Naga needs. Units keep on charging in. GamesGod dominating the sea down this side, but Naga dominating the sea up here. GamesGod switching to demo ships. Looks like he finally got an upgrade in as well, so those units will help. And Orange coming in with Navy 2. So he's actually able to win water back, it seems. Green still has cannon galleons. Yep, here they are, taking out the water. That oh no! I thought he was going for the 3 cannon galleons then. But you are going to see these units keep coming in. You're going to see demos pouring through here, and actually. I was wondering if they're going to want to walk into the castle, but they don't. Man, this is a crazy fight over here. Remember, only yellow here is Castle Age, Imperial Age. Realising crop rotation is apparently the way to go. Some conversions happening. Some Obu. Greek fire, wow. Boost those fire ships. So yeah, numbers saying pretty level, but the fortifications are under attack by the Trebs. GamesGod could lose these relics, which he doesn't really want to do. That's keeping the cataphract production going. Ballistics is a really nice upgrade for GamesGod. Got a load of these ships here that are missing shots. That and the castle could help him push back, but actually Naga's pushing over here, has taken the water. We've got cannon galleons going for the fortifications, and those donjons won't last for long. These ships here all soaking the damage from the donjons while cannon galleons deal with the fortifications. Meanwhile, different story over here. GamesGod seems to be holding to guard towers as usual. Great Armenian champions. Do we have We don't have the unique upgrade yet to give them an extra 30 HP, but that may be around the corner. But that's all not going to matter anyway if blue and green are able to take this side. They'll just loop around and that side of GamesGod will be attacked on two fronts. We've got sergeants coming in. Sicilian's really lacking the resources to put up much of a defense against this. Yellow does go Cavalier. Again, there's a lot of halberdiers here. The Navy should do well against them, actually. Same with the skirms. Guard tower coming in for yellow. Crossbows coming in for red as well. That will help against some of the halberdiers. But the military units still keep building for Naga, and I think Naga is replacing some of its eco losses here for more military. I don't know if it's culling bills. It's culling Grey's culling bills at least, or not replacing them. Cavaliers coming in, but they are against a load of halberdiers. Maybe they'll soak up the damage. The obus here as well will fight a bit better against those. But Yellow's army, no, Yellow's army is focused down south. It's the fishing ships that are going over here. But yeah, green and blue are very much pushing over here. Orange has been defeated. And this side needs to be able to do damage to grey, and I don't see it. 4 archery ranges, 8 barracks, all constantly producing. And they're producing counter units as well. Trebs coming in. We've got one for yellow, one for grey next to each other. Somewhat amusing. They might split up in a moment to shoot at each other. But yeah, it looks like Grey's not able to get much further than here. The fortifications seem to be doing their job. But look at these. Are these still armoured elephants? No, they're siege elephants now. And they're just marching through. There's not much of purple left, and so once they get round to yellow, yellow's going to have to lose this position. They've got a great pincer movement happening here from Naga. And actually, it doesn't matter. It looks like the resources are already being diverted. Yep, they're already moving over here now. TSA, so town size attack, where you attack with the radius of your town. It's picked up that there's enemies here now. So yellow's going, I need to defend. And so units are being moved away. Or reinforcements are not going, not as many of them are going here anymore. And some of them are going over there. So this is going to give the south side for Naga the breathing space it needs to be able to push. Despite being under siege from all of these naval units, we do have Imperial Age for red, so we might see a couple of upgrades, but the resources aren't looking great. It's completely out of gold, and purple I think is, I mean, where is purple? The villages are idle. I think we see purple get tidied up and resign soon. We've got hand cannoneers shooting at them, arbalists shooting at them. Blues with ballistics as well, so again, half the villagers in just a couple of seconds. Blue making it through here as well, attacking red's eco, so red idling a lot. And actually, red a load of idle vills, so 123 villagers, but actually only around 65 of them being put to work. So half of the eco is idle at this stage, either in towers or in TCs. Yellow is trying to fight back on this front. It's got a number of units to do so, so those halberdiers should go down relatively quickly. These are now Imperial Age units at our level. Cavalier should do well against the arbalists. and all of these working together should take out the siege elephants. So yellow is holding for now, but while yellow holds there, it cannot hold here at the same time, and so red's army is pretty much non-existent. The villager numbers haven't dropped that much yet, but once more the army pour in, we should see that. All of the Nagas are pretty much pop capped. We've got elite elephant archer coming in as well for blue. And these siege elephants will go undisturbed. And so, this is very much looking like a 3-0 for Naga, which means we'll have an Illuminati and Naga final for the Variety Cup. That's going to be a great matchup. It will be a best of 7. So what happens is both sides will ban a map, and then the remaining 7 get played. They get to prioritise their maps, so they'll get 3 maps each to prioritise the order they want to play them on, and they choose the team's sizes for their opponent's map. So similar to the best of 5, they just don't eliminate the 3rd map. But again, this should mean everyone gets to play their best maps. What are the odds on the 4-0? It should be asking probably that. There is time for you to update your AIs before the final. So finals happening on coming up to it'll be Friday. So final updates are due at the end of the day on Wednesday, and on Tuesday we're going to be playing the 3rd place playoff. There'll be no updates between these AIs for that one, so we'll have that to fill the gap, decide who gets 3rd place. So if there's any last minute updates that you or Pommy want to make, you've got a few days to do them. You thought Silvertongue would take some games at this stage? You mean do you mean GamesGod at this point? Sorry, I'm not right. Oh, you mean you think maybe Silvertongue would have taken games from Naga on this? We're going to fast forward this. This is done. Again, GamesGod just being really stubborn. But Naga got a hero on the field as well. It's got Sunjian somewhere. Traction Treb's doing the work here. This GamesGod's towers buys him so much time. Wow, actually the Navy just stay idle here. 2 of the GamesGods are down. They're all scattering. I can still win this. And again, this is what happens if you got a couple of Nagas at the back that are left spoon. They just swarm the map. But I think takeaways from today, absolute dominant performance by Illuminati. Naga seems to be hitting its stride again in this particular set. Needs to bring some of that to be a threat to Illuminati, I think. And there we go. Looking at stats here. A bit of a blip. I think this is just because GamesGod got to feudal first, and so started producing more while Naga was going to Castle Age. See, actually, the yellow GamesGod, pretty decent military. The Jian swordsman from Cyan as well, both coming in to protect each other on that side, kept things steady for a long time. And actually, the navy was doing a great job of keeping Naga distracted while fortifications could be built at the back. But it was the attacking, I think, where it fell short. You had groups of crossbows, which didn't really get the damage done in Naga's base. They were dying to a lot of fortifications. So a bit better kind of base navigation, I think, could have potentially taken out more eco for Naga. And fully boomed, Naga has the bigger army. Looking at the eco collected, I'm expecting Naga to be pretty consistently ahead in this. It does look that way. Again, more vills, probably better timed upgrades as well. And actually, even Grey, the one that was being assaulted, was able to keep pace with all of the other GamesGods. So this is the thing, even when they were under siege, Naga was outproducing GamesGod. It wasn't locked down enough. And actually, only one of the GamesGods got relics. The others went to Naga. So that was also another advantage it had. Solid Castle Age times. Decent feudals. I think decent armies built, just not much damage done. And Naga with the drushes didn't really pay off, I don't think, for Naga. It didn't really do loads of damage. It was a good defense by GamesGod against that, actually. The damage, I think, came from Naga later. And yeah, you can see here by the population, it's a bit of a bump here in Feudal Age, and then dropped once Naga started to boom. GG. Okay, so let's update our brackets. And let's wrap up for the day. What I will do ahead of the final game, I'm just looking at ways I can capture all of the picks in a simple way for you. Cause ahead of your draft, you might want to decide what it is that you're banning and what you want to pick civs and team sizes for. But yes, very clear wins here for both air winners in the semi-finals. So we are going to see Definitive Edition AI fight GamesGod. It'd be interesting to see if GamesGod can take any games from this. It was able to beat HDAI. I think in some cases HDAI is more aggressive than Definitive Edition AI. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see on that front how it does. So we'll see that on Tuesday. And Naga is facing Illuminati in the final. Best of 7. Again, I'll go over with you both separately the rules for that, but it's also in the game rules. But yeah, should be a good set. I hope it's not a 4-0, but I appreciate Aleph would absolutely love to go through a tournament with this much variety and not drop a single game. So I think that he'll be trying his best to ensure that happens. But folks, if you're still with me here, thank you for joining on those 2 sets. Look forward to seeing you in the next couple of games. Only 2 more sets to go, and then we're finished, just in time for Christmas. But for now, take care and catch you later next week.